Hey all, my name is Adam Belliston, and I am a sophomore attempting to get better at communicating. The object of this speech is to bring in 3 objects that represent kind of what I like to do, my hobbies, and things that I think just reflect my personal nature. And the object I decided to bring in is a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, a sketchbook, and a model house. Starting off with the first item is this Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It's a fairly standard wireless controller built for Nintendo Switch consoles. And while it's ordinary to the average passerby, it means a lot to me, as this is the controller that I used in my school's very first esports club. Call it my lucky controller, but when I was using this controller, I never dropped a single game. Granted, it's accumulated a few losses now, but it's still one of my favorite controllers and holds a lot of memories. And moving from one hobby of mine to another, I have my sketchbook. This sketchbook houses a lot of my recent drawings, and that's a change from how it used to be. I used to draw on whatever I could get my hands on, whether that be napkins, the back of paper plates, you name it. I've drawn thousands of drawings, and sadly, I've lost most of them now. And, well, I wanted to change that, so I decided to actually start using my sketchbooks for drawing instead of using it for like origami or something. And it's been a lot of fun being able to just compile my work and see how I've grown over time. And I'll keep most of them hidden, but I'll briefly show one of my favorite ones. It's a bit of an interesting style of art, but it means a lot to me. And moving from one drawing career to another, you have this model house that I built. It's a fairly standard model house, and it's a bit rough on the edges, a lot of tape on the outside, and to any passerby it may seem kind of just ordinary, but to me it means a lot because this is the very first house that I built out of a pure passion for architecture. I want to be an architect for my career, and building models is a big part of it. And this is the first one I ever built that wasn't for an assignment. And so I had it as a standard for my future things. And with all of that, those are all the objects I brought in. And the main idea behind this is all these for a passerby seems like an ordinary standard objects to most. But they hold a lot of meaning to me, which is why I encourage all of you listening to just look through the objects that you guys have. Find the objects that mean a lot to you and try and remember the stories behind them. It'll be a fun trip through memory lane. Alright, thank you. See ya.